You ever sit down on a Friday night, open Steam or your console and think, I want a game I can completely lose myself in for the next few months? Today, I've got you covered. I'm talking about single-player games, no multiplayer, no live service grinding, just you, a massive world, and hundreds of hours of content waiting to be discovered. I put together a list of 20 games that will each easily clock you past 100 hours. Some of these will push you past 200. Some might actually consume your entire life. Let's get into it. If there's one game that defined the modern open-world RPG, it's The Witcher 3. You play as Geralt of Rivia, a monster hunter tracking down his adopted daughter while navigating one of the most politically complex, morally gray worlds ever put in a video game. The main story alone is around 50 hours, but that's barely scratching the surface. The two expansions, Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine, are each the size of a full game on their own. We're talking 30 to 40 additional hours of masterclass storytelling. Every side quest in this game feels handcrafted. There are no meaningless fetch quests. Every errand has a story, a twist, and often a gut-punch ending you didn't see coming. Honestly, if you've never played The Witcher 3, stop this video right now and go download it. I'll wait.
It's just the beginning.
Rockstar Games spent over 8 years making Red Dead Redemption 2, and you can feel every single one of them. This is Arthur Morgan's story, an outlaw in a dying era, riding through one of the most breathtakingly beautiful open worlds ever created. But here's what makes this game devour your hours. The details. Deer antlers that dry out over time. NPCs who remember if you helped them a week ago. A living ecosystem where you can track animal behavior, study camp conversations, and watch the world change around you. The main story is emotional, cinematic, and genuinely one of the best narratives in gaming. Then there's the hunting, the fishing, the stranger missions, the legendary animal hunts, the hidden secrets. You can spend 20 hours just exploring the forest and stumble into something new every single time.
Do you have my bag? Always, Dutch.
From Software took the Soulsborne formula and exploded it into an open world. And the result was Elden Ring, even on your very first playthrough, just completing the critical path, and the mandatory bosses will take you well past 60 hours. But the real magic is in the secrets hidden underground cities. Optional bosses that are tougher than anything in the main game. Cryptic NPC quest lines that span dozens of hours if you follow them blind. And then there's the DLC. Shadow of the Erdtree, which is basically a full second game hidden behind a wall of difficulty. This is the kind of game where you finish your first run at 80 hours and immediately start a new character because you missed half the content.
On the blade of Miquella, Melania the Seventh.
Nintendo managed the impossible. They made a sequel to Breath of the Wild that's even bigger. Tears of the Kingdom doesn't just give you Hyrule again, it gives you 3 Hyrules. The surface, the sky islands above, and the mysterious depths below. Each layer is enormous and packed with secrets. But what really makes this game infinite is the Ultra Hand and Fuse mechanics. This is a game where your only limit is your imagination. Players have built working cars, planes, submarines, and completely unhinged combat machines. No, 2 people play this game the same way, and that's what makes it genuinely timeless. Night City is one of the most realized fictional cities ever put in a game, and completing everything it has to offer will take you an eternity. Cyberpunk 2077 had a rough launch, everyone knows that. But after years of patches, updates, and the Phantom Liberty expansion, this is now one of the deepest single-player RPGs on the market. The story of V is surprisingly emotional and personal. The side gigs, the fixer contracts, the romance storylines, the hidden endings. There are paths through this game that most players never discover. And if you want the true 100% completion, good luck, Night City does not let go.
You believe you cheated death. It is death that has cheated you.
If you gotta kill, kill. If you gotta burn it all to the ground, then let it burn.
Baldur's Gate 3 is arguably the greatest CRPG ever made, and a single thorough playthrough will take you past 120 hours. And that's before you even consider the alternative choices. This is a game with genuine consequence. Every decision matters. Every character can die. Every quest has multiple solutions. You can talk your way out of final bosses, romance your companions, burn bridges with factions, or go full villain. And the game accommodates all of it. The sheer number of permutations in this game is staggering. After 200 hours, players are still finding content they've never seen. Secret endings, hidden companions. Entire quest lines that only trigger under very specific conditions. There's a reason this game swept every single Game of the Year award.
How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards?
Blackith blesses me this day. Together, we might survive.
If you love exploring massive open worlds and sinking into a historical setting, AC Valhalla is a gift that keeps on giving. You play as Ivor, Viking, Raider, and political mastermind, managing a growing settlement in Anglo-Saxon England while forging alliances across the country. The maps of Norway and England are among the densest in the franchise. Each region has its own questline, characters, and mysteries. And on top of that, there are hidden tombs, Order of the Ancients, targets, legendary animals, and wealth collectibles scattered absolutely everywhere. This is the kind of game you put on after a long day and just explore. No pressure, no deadline, just a beautiful world and a lot of things to discover.
These conquests have given you a home, but there is more to this land, Eivor. A darkness unseen, an unknowable threat. One bound to England's destiny, and to yours.
Fallout 4 is one of those games that creates a completely different experience depending on how you play. Want to sprint through the main quest? Sure, that's maybe 20 hours. But the moment you start building settlements, exploring the wasteland, joining factions, and discovering what's inside every single ruin on the map, time just disappears. The Game of the Year edition includes all the DLC, Far Harbor, which has one of the best mystery stories in Bethesda history, and Nuka World, which lets you run your own raider gang. Between quests, building, and just wandering the Commonwealth, you can easily sink 100 plus hours without even trying. Time flies in the wasteland.
So, I know you're from a vault. How would you describe your time on the inside?
It's Skyrim. It has been Skyrim. It will always be Skyrim. Look, this game came out in 2011 and people are still playing it. There's a reason for that. The Elder Scrolls V, Skyrim is the ultimate I just want to get lost in a world game. The main quest is fine, but the real Skyrim is everywhere else. It's the Dark Brotherhood assassination contracts, the companions becoming werewolves, the College of Winterhold mage storyline, the Civil War, the thousands of Radiant quests that never technically end. And now with mods, Skyrim is essentially infinite. People have spent years in this game and still haven't done everything. A classic that never truly ends. Persona 5 Royal is a JRPG masterpiece that combines a stylish turn-based combat system with a deep social simulation, and just finishing the main story will take you between 100 and 110 hours. You play as a high school student who discovers the ability to enter people's subconscious minds and change their hearts. By day, you're managing friendships, studying for exams, and working part-time jobs. By night, you're a phantom thief dismantling corrupt adults. The Royal version adds an entire additional arc, a new character, new confidant storylines, and extra endgame content. This is one of those games where you finish it and immediately feel an emotional void. Nothing fills the hole that Persona 5 Royal leaves.
Vow to me. I am thou. Thou art I. Call upon my name and release thy rage.
If you want a game that treats you like an actual adult, no magic, no fantasy tropes, no hand-holding, Kingdom Come. Deliverance 2 is your game. You play as Henry of Skalitz, a blacksmith's son thrust into the middle of a medieval civil war in 15th century Bohemia. Everything is grounded in historical reality. Combat is based on real sword fighting techniques. NPCs follow daily routines, and the world responds to your choices in deeply logical ways. The map is enormous. The quest lines are layered and complex, and the level of immersion this game achieves is unlike anything else on the market. It's demanding, it's rewarding, and it will absolutely consume your time. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is an absolute titan of the JRPG genre, and if you let yourself get absorbed in it, you'll emerge 150 plus hours later wondering where your life went. The world is vast and alien, filled with towering creatures, ancient ruins, and lore that goes deep if you want to follow it. The combat system is complex and rewarding, with a party of 6 characters that can be mixed, matched, and upgraded in hundreds of ways. But it's the side content that makes this thing truly endless. Colony quests, hero recruitment missions, collectibles, landmark discoveries, there is always something to do, always somewhere new to explore. If you love JRPGs and you haven't touched this one yet, you're missing out on something special.
Is the will of Ouroboros. You kids, and you alone.
Not that I have all that much time to spare, but soon.
Finding a path that lets us all live. I will make that my mission.
Monster Hunter World is one of the most satisfying gameplay loops ever designed, and that loop will keep you coming back for hundreds of hours. The premise is simple. Hunt monsters, harvest their parts, craft better gear, hunt bigger monsters, but the execution is extraordinary. Every monster is a puzzle. Every hunt teaches you something new. Every piece of gear unlocks new builds and new strategies. The Iceborne expansion doubles the content and raises the skill ceiling dramatically. There's a reason this game has one of the most dedicated player bases in the industry. Once it clicks, you won't want to stop. Dragon Age. The Veilguard is BioWare's epic return to the world of Thedas, and it's packed with content. A rich fantasy adventure with a cast of memorable companions, each with their own questlines, backstories, and relationship arcs that can change dramatically based on your choices. The world is vast, the factions are complex, and every major decision carries weight. If you love games where your companions feel like real characters you genuinely care about, where you dread losing them and celebrate their victories, this is exactly the kind of experience you've been waiting.
We're going into the Fade, aren't we?
And digging up a lot of buried secrets.
What about Darkspawn?
Yeah. Someone who will stand between us and a pack of demons.
You know there will be dragons.
Right. We'll need someone with fire in their blood.
No game on this list is quite like Death Stranding. Hideo Kojima's post-apocalyptic delivery game asks a simple question. What if the most heroic thing you could do is connect people? You play as Sam Porter Bridges, traversing a shattered America to rebuild civilization, one package delivery at a time. It sounds strange. It is strange, but it's also one of the most meditative, rewarding experiences in gaming. Building roads, setting up zip lines, leaving equipment for other players. The director's cut version adds even more missions, new tools, and a richer endgame. The game asks for your time and your patience, and it gives back something genuinely moving.
Porter. I don't care about connecting anything.
You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding.
Horizon Forbidden West is one of the most visually stunning games ever made, and exploring it thoroughly will take you well past 100 hours. Aloy's journey through the dangerous Forbidden West is filled with machine battles, ancient mysteries, and a story that expands the lore of the first game in genuinely surprising ways. The open world is packed with cauldrons to conquer, settlements to help, tall necks to scale, and side quests that are consistently above average in quality. And the underwater exploration, new to this game, adds a whole additional dimension to the world. If you want a game that looks incredible, plays great, and has more content than you'll know what to do with, this is it.
Until it destroys us all. There's nothing I wouldn't do to save this world. No depth I won't explore.
Yakuza. Like a Dragon is the game that takes the beloved Yakuza series and reinvents it as a turn-based RPG. And it is absolutely hilarious, surprisingly emotional, and packed with content. Ichiban Kasuga is one of gaming's most lovable protagonists. a Dragon Quest fanboy who sees his life as an RPG, a man of pure heart in a world of crime and corruption. His story is genuinely touching. But here's the thing about Yakuza games. The mini-games. Darts, karaoke, batting cages, dragon kart racing, a full-on management sim, and so much more. They're not filler. They're legitimately fun diversions that can each swallow hours on their own. The mini-games alone double the game's length. The main story is the cherry on top.
Too mean to take on yourself.
Ghost of Tsushima is breathtaking. That's the only word for it. A feudal Japan setting rendered in stunning detail, a satisfying samurai combat system, and a story about honor, sacrifice, and the cost of protecting the people you love. The director's cut adds the Iki Island expansion, a substantial addition with its own story, new mechanics, and haunting atmosphere that rivals the main game in emotional depth. Liberating every corner of the island, uncovering every mythic tale, completing every haiku and fox shrine. It takes time, but this is one of those games where you never want to rush, because every moment looks like a painting. Starfield is Bethesda's most ambitious game yet, a space exploration RPG where you can visit over 1,000 procedurally generated planets, dozens of handcrafted cities, and build your own interstellar legacy. Between the main factions, Constellation, the Crimson Fleet, Ryujin Industries, Freystar Rangers, each with their own multi-hour questlines, plus the ship-building system, the companion stories, the outpost construction, and the endless exploration. There's enough content here to fill a year of evenings if you let it. Some people love it, some people need to warm up to it. But one thing's undeniable. Starfield is generous with content.
We're all here because we're committed to the biggest question of all. What's out there?
And finally, the wild card on this list. Kingdom Hearts all-in-one package doesn't just give you one game. It gives you the entire saga, every mainline game, every spin-off, every film compilation in one complete package. Sora's journey through Disney worlds while fighting the Heartless and searching for his friends is one of gaming's most beloved stories. It's joyful, weird, emotional, and has one of the most notoriously convoluted plots in the medium. We love it for that. If you start from Kingdom Hearts 1 and work your way to Kingdom Hearts 3 and beyond, you're looking at hundreds upon hundreds of hours of content. A saga to play through alone, start to finish. There's nothing else like it.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real or not?
And there you have it. 20 single-player games that will each give you 100 hours or more of content. Whether you're looking for an emotional story, a mechanical challenge, a world to get completely lost in, or a saga that spans dozens of games, this list has something for you. Now, I want to hear from you in the comments. Which of these have you already played? Which one is next on your list? And is there a 100+ hour single-player game I didn't mention that absolutely deserves to be on this list? Drop it below. I read every single comment. If you found this video useful, hit that like button. It genuinely helps the channel more than you know. And if you want more deep dives into the best single-player gaming has to offer, subscribe because that's exactly what we do here. I'll see you in the next one. Go play something great.